Hello, how are you? Welcome to my channel, Simply Sophia. Thank you for coming back for another video. I really appreciate it, you tuning into my channel. So you see the title of the video. Today we're going to be talking about transitioning to a healthy lifestyle. Now, these are general tips that have worked for me. So I'm going to put out that disclaimer just so you know. One, consult your doctor always. I am not a doctor. I'm definitely a health coach. I'm a culinary educator. I've helped people through all layers of their lifestyle. So these are general tips that have worked for me and are proven to help work for others. But again, definitely seek your doctor if you need specific, tailored advice for you. This is general advice. All right, so let's get started. Number one is, what is your why? What is your motivation for transitioning to a healthy lifestyle? What motivates you? Is it, for example, it could be maybe you're suffering for some type of inflammation or illness, and this is your why, this is your motivation. You want to just jot down what's your motivation, and I'll get to it, but basically all these steps you kind of want to write down. It makes it more real, especially if you're struggling with transitioning to a healthy lifestyle, which is a broad title in itself because healthy could be so many things. You want to write down specifically your reason why that you want to make this transition. And so start there. So number two is, what is your goal? And it's kind of connected to, it can be connected to what is your why. What is your goal in transitioning to a healthy lifestyle? Not what is your goal, what is the actual goal? So you want to write that down again, and if it differs or even if it's connected to what is your why, you want to write both of those things down. So for example, your why could be you are overweight. So you want to, and this is an example, I'm not calling you overweight, I'm not calling anybody overweight, but this is an example. So if you are overweight, then that is your motivation, that is your why, and even connected to that is you want to lose weight, so that is your goal. And your further defined goal is, I want to lose 10 pounds. You kind of give it a number, give it further define the goal. So 10 pounds is very specific. That's the word I'm looking for. You want to be specific in your goal. So you have your why, you're overweight, your goal is to lose weight, and to be specific, you're going to lose 10 pounds this year. Okay? And so that is an example of what I mean, setting your goals and writing it down. Actually, before or even during your step one and step two, you want to think about your emotional health. Where are you? Have you checked your trauma around these goals? It might be beneficial to kind of step back and look at the trauma surrounding these goals, whatever they are, and get professional help to address them, if that trauma around these goals, so that you can identify when times get tough, you can identify what's happening with you. You can be aware, and there's some mindfulness around any trauma that might come up during the process. Because if you haven't been practicing, or you've maybe failed at transitioning to a healthy lifestyle, number one, give yourself some grace. You deserve grace. Even if you've tried 10 times, give yourself that grace to get back up again. It's okay. But to successfully push forward, I would recommend addressing any of those traumas. And that could be anything, so I'm not going to put any examples out there, but definitely address those before moving forward. So when you set your goal, you want to, like I said, write it down. And you don't have to write it down necessarily in a journal. If you want to do a journal, you can do that. You can write on a post-it, whatever it takes in your phone, on the calendar, not the calendar app, but under the calendar in your phone. You want to put on alert. That helps. So alert on your phone. You can write it in your journal if that's something you're checking daily. You can even put it on your vision board. If you don't have one, you could just have an image and put it somewhere that's visible in the house. You could put it, depending on your goal, you could put it on your door or in the fridge, or even in a bathroom mirror on a post-it. Post-its are also helpful. So you have those a few options on how to to write it down and also to see it every day and schedule it. So I would actually defer to the calendar alert to schedule it so that you're not missing that step. Whatever your goal is whether it's working out, making sure you drink water, whatever it is, eating more plant-based. Maybe you could put alert in there for your to make your plant-based meals ahead of time. So definitely I would say prioritize that calendar alert. But if there are other ways you can remember with the post-its and just the reminders or on your vision board, do that also. Number 3, you want to make a plan and stick to it. You want to be consistent. You want to stick to whatever your plan is. So when that alarm goes off on your calendar, you're doing whatever it is that you need to do. Stick to it. Consistency is key in transitioning to a healthy lifestyle, because the more times you do it, like anything in life, if you practice it, practice makes perfect, right? We all have heard that before. So the more you do it, the more it will seem like your everyday, it's a part of your everyday routine. And once something becomes routine, it doesn't seem like an overwhelming task. So that's why consistency is really key at this point, because you have to keep on pushing. And you hear that alert, just do it. Whatever your goal is, just get it done. And you will eventually, it will just become a part of your routine, and that pain of or hurdle of getting it done, even if you don't feel like it, just do it. Just do it. Yeah. So number 4 is evaluate yourself. Evaluate, check in with yourself. And this is also another thing you could put in your calendar alert, is maybe depending on your goal, how you have spanned it out. If you go back to our example of losing 10 pounds in 1 year, again, that's just an example. You maybe want to check in at the 3-month mark, like every quarter. So if we started in January, this is January now, you want to check in March. You put that alert March 1st, March 15th to kind of check in with yourself. See how you've been doing. It actually will be beneficial if you have that journal to kind of track, if we're using the example of weight loss, kind of track where you've been, how much weight have you been losing. If that's not your, for another example, if you're trying to drink water every day, trying to drink minimum 8 glasses of water, maybe you want to create yourself a checklist. And so at the end of that quarter in March, when you're checking in, you can kind of evaluate and look back and see those checks, like, okay, this is how it's visual for you to see how you've been doing. So when you see the progress and something about it in your brain, when you see that check mark, it just makes you feel like you've accomplished something. So definitely try to track the progress and check in with yourself, and whether it be the quarterly or monthly, depending on your goal. My last tip, number 5, is to while you check in on your progress, you also want to assess your obstacles. So not only see how you're doing, but what are some challenges that came up for you? What was difficult for you? And write those down during your check-ins. Write down exactly what was really difficult and kind of brainstorm ideas on how to overcome those obstacles. Assessing what are your obstacles, seeing how to figure them out or to work them out so that you can get to your goal, and definitely try to push yourself a little bit further with as time goes by. And again, write everything down. And this is just initially until it becomes a habit, until it becomes common practice, until it's like a new muscle that you've fully worked, and it becomes very normal for you to do whatever your goal is to kind of obtain that like healthy lifestyle. That is 5 tips I have for transitioning to a healthy lifestyle. I hope that helps you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, definitely drop it in the comments. If you have any comments, maybe some tips that work best for you, drop that down in the comments. And thank you for watching. I appreciate it as my new channel continues to grow. I appreciate the support. I appreciate that I'm here to help you with things that has helped me personally. And so I'm just here to share. And I hope that you enjoyed the video. So leave a like, comment, share on all the social medias, platforms, Facebook, etc., etc. Share and definitely subscribe. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.